Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is BGG bringing you a straight talk radio call for Thursday, September 3rd, the evening of Thursday, September 3rd. I apologize. We delayed this call. It just had some things to work out before we could get here. Before we get going, I want to make sure I thank all the people who make DinarUpdates.com the website that it is. We appreciate you. We appreciate all of our faithful members who tune in and participate. And that is the beauty of DinarUpdates.com is how many different people participate. It's really breathtaking sometimes. So, and I also, by the way, I forgot to mention all of our partner sites last time, and I apologize. I want to thank those websites who've advertised our calls for us. Dinar Recaps, Dinar Detectives, IQD Calls. Thank you guys. Appreciate you for always supporting us. Going to be a real quick call, and I'm just going to point out a few things in the news today. And because we just did a call on Tuesday and kind of covered a lot of stuff. There was a bit piece that I left in the blog for today, and I'm probably going to get to some news for the Simple blog this evening. One of a former Minister of Parliament, Atwani, points out that Abadi does have the powers to sack corrupt people, including Mahmoud, including this Supreme Court justice that is kind of a linchpin to the whole situation. Going down the news real quick, in no particular order, Mohammed Saleh came out and said the CBI can't. Long article, lot of tough language in there, but essentially he's saying the CBI can't lend money directly to the GOI, which points out that someone in the GOI, obviously money is such an issue that they are looking at some way to get those to get their hands on those CBI reserves, which something about the recent numbers that are coming out just bothers me. I just don't think that they're portraying the accurate or true numbers because somebody today said that there was only 56 million in currency and 32 tons of gold, and the thought struck me immediately. I understand the 56 billion US dollars in currency, and but I'm missing the point on the 32 tons. I thought it was 90 tons of gold. Maybe I could be mistaken, but I'm just curious as to where all that went. There is some consternation amongst there's a lot of discord right now going on, and there are people who are complaining that these reforms are not real. All the people that Maliki has sacked are still in their palaces, their locations, and addresses verbatim is their wording. So they're saying that this has got to get they've got to get this. They got to deal with these people really, fully, and completely. And I get their point. I mean, they want more than just talk. Primarily, I believe the reason for that, and that is Mahmoud, is that Abadi appears to be setting his sights on Mahmoud and going to do something about him because he's the linchpin. I mean, there's no doubt about it. If he leaves Mahmoud in place, a lot of this is going to blow up in his face, and I don't think he's going to do that. There was some commentary about two of the Maliki family members. I forget off the top of my head. One of them is Abdul Salim Maliki, and the other one was this not a very well-known cousin. I forget his name. And I'm just talking off the top of my head. It starts with an H. Anyway, those guys there's this business about 100 signatures to remove Jabouri. They're talking about Jabouri having gone down to Qatar and met in Doha with somebody about some conference, and they take this as a personal affront, blah, blah, blah. They're invoking Article 50, and ultimately what that really is it's simply Article 50 is about the integrity and solidarity of Iraq. It's just a cheap shot by the SLC because they're, and obviously everybody named Maliki in the parliament is stirring this up because they know that Maliki's in deep, deep trouble. And they're just showing solidarity with their crooked brothers. That's really what it boils down to. One of the reforms that Abadi's putting in place is 90% of the bodyguards are gone as of today. I will say in kind of a fair and balanced way here is that the demonstrations against Mahmoud really look like political cover to me. They do not look legitimate. They don't look real. These aren't desperate, mad, pissed-off demonstrators. They're they're Baghdadis. They're well-fed, well-cared for political people that are with some political affiliation out there, but there are dozens of them, not thousands. Not to say that and again, I made this comment a while back. I think that Abadi is using the auspices or is under the auspices of these dealing with these demonstrators. Is he going to deal with Mahmoud? So it really looks like political cover to me, which is fine. I'm going to point out that when Maliki had it in him to pay a crowd of demonstrators, he paid thousands of people, and he put on a legitimate hoax of a demonstration. This one wasn't even that good. So having pointed all that out, I will say that I'll end on this note, is that even with all the up and down, the push-pull, the problems that are going on in Iraq, I'm still very hopeful. Will they move to a market economy? Yes, but they will move to a market economy after real reforms, and that will start with Mahmoud and the justice system. They've got to get that. If they don't deal with that, it's going to deal with them. So that is my commentary for the evening. Appreciate everybody for tuning in this evening. We're very hopeful and positive about our situation, even with, like I said, even with the push-pull. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for Roundtable at noon Central in the Dinar Updates chat room. Appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight. We'll continue to bring you Dinar news, Dinar info, and Dinar commentary as we're able. Have a great evening.